Electrical code violations aren't just an inspector problem. Some of them create actual fire and electrocution hazards, and they happen constantly, even on jobs done by experienced guys who aren't paying attention. Here are the ones I see most often.
Hey, welcome back to Hardwired Trades. Today we're talking code violations, specifically the ones that show up over and over on inspections and in the field. Whether you're an apprentice, a seasoned journeyman, or a homeowner trying to understand what your contractor did, this is practical stuff that matters. Let's go through it. A quick note on code. The NEC, National Electrical Code, is updated every 3 years, and individual states adopt different versions. Always know which version your state or local jurisdiction is on. What's compliant under the 2017 NEC might have stricter requirements under 2020 or 2023. In some jurisdictions, they're still on 2017. In others, they've adopted 2023 already. Your local AHJ, authority having jurisdiction, is the final word on what's required in your area. That said, some violations are consistent regardless of code year. These are the ones. Violation number 1, missing or improper GFCI protection. GFCI, ground fault circuit interrupter. Protection is required in kitchens, bathrooms, garages, outdoors, crawl spaces, and anywhere near water. This has been expanding with every code cycle. Under the 2023 NEC, the locations where GFCI is required are broader than ever before. The violation, GFCI not installed where required, or a standard outlet in a location that now requires GFCI protection. The fix, know the NEC locations requiring GFCI and make sure every outlet in those areas is either a GFCI outlet or protected downstream from one. When in doubt, add it. One thing inspectors look for, standard outlets in bathrooms on circuits that run from the bedrooms. In older homes, the bathroom and bedroom outlets were sometimes on the same circuit, and neither had GFCI. When that circuit gets touched, it needs to come up to code. Violation number 2, improper box fill. Every electrical box has a maximum fill capacity based on its cubic inch volume. Too many conductors, devices, or fittings crammed into a box creates heat buildup and damage over time. The violation, oversized wire bundles jammed into undersized boxes, often in retrofits or add-ons. The fix, calculate your box fill before you close it up. Add up the conductor count, factor in devices and fittings. If it's over capacity, upsize the box. This takes minutes and prevents a real problem. The NEC box fill calculation tables are in Article 314. Get to know them. For a standard single-gang box, you're looking at 18 to 20 cubic inches. Each 12 ADG conductor counts as 2.25 cubic inches. A device counts as 2 conductors. The math adds up fast on retrofit work where you're stuffing new wire into existing boxes. Violation number 3, open knockouts and missing knockout plugs. Any unused knockout opening in a panel or junction box needs to be sealed. Open holes allow insects, moisture, and, importantly, fingers to enter. The violation, panels with unused knockout holes left open, especially in older panels that have been modified over the years. The fix, keep knockout plugs in your truck. When you close up a panel, do a sweep for open holes and seal them. Takes 30 seconds and keeps the inspector happy. A pack of knockout plugs costs a couple bucks at any supply house. There's no excuse for leaving openings in a panel. Violation number 4, improper wire connections and terminations. This one covers a lot of ground. Aluminum to copper connections without the right fittings, wrong wire gauge for the breaker, over-tightened or under-tightened terminals. Common examples, number 14 wire on a 20-amp breaker should be number 12 minimum. Aluminum wiring connected to a device not rated for AL use. Wire strands cut during stripping, weakening the connection. Multiple conductors in a terminal rated for 1. The fix, match wire size to breaker size. Use AL-rated devices and fittings when dealing with aluminum wiring. Torque terminal screws to spec. Most modern equipment now specifies a torque value on the label. Use a torque screwdriver for panel work. Torque specifications became a much bigger deal in recent code cycles. Inspectors in some jurisdictions are now checking for torque documentation. If your panel work doesn't include documented torque, flag that. Invest in a good torque screwdriver. It's not expensive, and it protects you on inspections. Violation of 5, missing arc fault protection, AFCI. AFCI protection has been expanding in the NEC for years. Arc fault circuit interrupters detect dangerous arcing in circuits that could start a fire. As of recent code cycles, AFCIs are required in bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms, and most habitable rooms. Many older homes and even some recent installs are behind on this. The violation: new circuits or panel upgrades that don't include AFCI protection in required locations. The fix: know your local code adoption and install dual-function GFCI AFCI breakers in required locations. Yes, they cost more, typically $40 to $60 each versus $5 to $10 for a standard breaker. They're required. Build the cost into your bid. Dual-function GFCI AFCI breakers cover both requirements with one device, which is often the most cost-effective approach. Violation 6: undersized service and panels. This is a bigger picture issue, but shows up constantly in older homes being updated. A 100A service was standard for decades. Modern homes with electric appliances, EV chargers, and HVAC systems frequently need 200A or larger. Inspectors are flagging undersized services on renovation projects regularly. The fix: when you're bidding a big renovation or panel upgrade, assess the load. Run the NEC 220.82 calculation. If the existing service can't handle what the homeowner wants to add, the right answer is an upgrade, not a squeeze. A 200A service upgrade typically runs $2,000 to $4,000, depending on market and scope. That's a real conversation to have with the customer, and it's better to have it up front than mid-job. Violation number 7: improper support of cables. NEC requires cables to be supported at specific intervals and within certain distances of boxes. Unsupported cables sag, get damaged, and can pull connections loose over time. The violation: Romex running too far between supports, cables not stapled within 12 inches of a box, or wire draped loose through a ceiling. The fix: staple within 12 inches of boxes. Support every 4.5 feet or as required for your cable type. It's not glamorous, but it's code, and it looks professional. The quality of the work inside the walls matters even when nobody can see it. This one comes up constantly on rough-in inspections. An inspector who finds improperly supported cable has to call it, and then you're doing a re-inspection. Slow down, staple properly, and pass it the first time. A failed rough-in inspection means delays, which means unhappy customers and schedule problems for your other jobs. The bigger picture code violations create liability for you as the electrician. A failed inspection delays the job and damages your reputation. A violation that causes a fire or injury can mean lawsuits and license consequences. The code isn't just bureaucracy. Most of it is written in response to something that actually burned down or killed someone. Every requirement in the NEC exists because someone determined that without it, people get hurt. Take it seriously. Know the code for your jurisdiction. When in doubt, look it up, not from memory, from the book. That's what the book is for. Those are the violations I see over and over in the field and on inspections. If there's a specific code question or violation you've run into, drop it in the comments. Subscribe to Hardwired Trades for more no-nonsense electrical content, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Those are the violations I see over and over in the field and on inspections. If there's a specific code question or violation you've run into, drop it in the comments. Subscribe to Hardwired Trades for more no-nonsense electrical content, and I'll catch you in the next one.